5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tonight on 48 Hours.
You get close to this thing when it goes off, you're a dead man.
Bomb scare.
I ran from the car.
The wife.
I was yelling, call the police, call the police. My husband tried to kill me.
Surviving a marital bombshell.
When we left the parking lot, we thought she was history.
The teenagers.
I heard it go off. I heard my friends scream. Got plenty of powder.
Learning a deadly lesson.
What happened to your friend?
He died. This is a complete work.
They are not the most powerful explosives, but they are the most dangerous.
Get ready!
The informant.
The American public should be scared to death to get on an aircraft today.
There's explosives in here?
Yes, there is.
That would bring down planes.
Yes, it would.
How safe is your next flight?
I have been deathly afraid.
I still worry about that one split second that they could do something wrong.
An explosive investigation.
Fire in the hole!
Whoa.
Tonight, join Dan Rather with correspondents Harold Dow, Bill Lagatuda, Aaron Moriarty, Richard Schlesinger, Susan Spencer, and Roberta Baskin. "48 Hours, Bomb Scare." From New York, here is Dan Rather.
Good evening. Brace yourself for a bombshell. Beyond Oklahoma City, beyond the Unabomber, explosives are hitting close to home, and they're getting closer. Just last month, a Maryland mother and her 3 children were killed by a bomb her estranged husband planted in the family station wagon. The very next day in Texas, an unemployed car salesman was charged with plotting to bomb an IRS office. Since 1984, the government says bombings and attempted bombings have soared 222%. Tonight, we look at the bombing of America and the determined efforts to bring it to an end, or at least reduce the threat.
Four sticks of dynamite, mouse strap, battery, and some wires, some solder. Just stuff you can get anywhere. I love bombs.
You love bombs?
Yeah, they were always fascinated me.
This man's bizarre fascination
Any loud noise, I'm jumping.
continues to be this woman's worst nightmare.
And then in the matter of seconds, the car was just bursting in flames around me. What went through my mind was, this is it, this is it.
Well, I guess it just wasn't her time.
And while Ron Petkus is doing time in an Illinois prison for trying to kill her,
Shit happens.
Margaret Kagan is trapped in a prison of her own,
All packages are opened by the bomb squad.
in constant fear for her life.
The security system alone was over $5,000. Stripe, come here. Guard the house. I usually make sure everything is locked up more than once.
So why is Margaret Kagan afraid of her own shadow?
Yes, I still fear Richard. All he has to do is make a phone call.
It all goes back to her husband, Richard Kagan.
Years back, my heart used to go like this, you know.
20 years ago, Richard Kagan was a young, aggressive attorney on the rise.
I remember him having his own credit cards. He had his own car. He had everything that, girls were always impressed with at that early age.
He married Margaret in 1973.
Why don't you both give me sweet smiles?
And they had 2 children.
The typical house in the suburbs, the dog, the children, the mortgage. We had all that.
It sounds like a storybook kind of marriage.
It appeared that it was. There were obviously a couple of chapters that I must not have read very well.
She did know Richard Kagan had begun representing dangerous criminals from the Chicago underworld.
He was supposed to be a pretty good, slimy lawyer.
Represent guys like you.
Yeah.
The marriage began unraveling when she learned her husband was having an affair with a young clerk at the county courthouse.
I had many suspicions, but no matter what was brought up to Richard, he always had this solid, concrete story to cover his tracks.
Richard filed for divorce in December of 1990.
And at that point, no one is going to pull the wool over my eyes. I was going to fight for myself and my children.
So Margaret hired her own attorney and a private investigator.
I discovered that there was a hell of a lot of money that had been misappropriated.
plus information that Richard Kagan didn't want anyone to know.
A threat was made to me that, that if there's an investigation, a funeral will follow.
So Margaret Kagan began watching her back.
I very rarely take the same route going to the same destination.
On August 19, 1993, Ron Petkus and his partner were watching Margaret Kagan.
This is the parking lot of the train station. This is where I parked my car when I would go down for a court date.
Well, we were going to try to shoot her, but there was too many commuters.
So they came up with another plan.
I had dynamite in the trunk. This was a real simple bomb. You got your sticks of dynamite, and you tie your blasting caps into each stick of dynamite.
And when Margaret returned on the train from divorce court...
Well, I got into my car and locked it and turned on my air conditioning.
And when we left the parking lot, we thought she was history. You know, we wrote her off. She's gone.
The moment I put the car in reverse, I heard this tremendous noise.
This is a government demonstration of a similar kind of bomb.
The heat was just indescribable.
And this is what was left of Margaret Kagan's car.
And I kept struggling with the car door, and I could not get that door open. And I knew that was obviously my only way out. And it was then I knew that I was going to die. And I remember seeing my girls flash before me. And
somehow, amazingly,
that door opened, just like that.
Margaret Kagan survived with barely a scratch.
My hair was terribly singed, and my pants caught on fire.
She was alive because Ron Petkus and his partner forgot to bring a magnet to stick the bomb under the front seat.
We just hooked it up to the gas tank.
If the bomb had been under the seat where you really wanted to put it...
So it went right to the roof, because I had enough dynamite to do that.
I ran from the car, and there was I was just running along this gravel, and I was yelling, "Call the police, call the police." My husband tried to kill me.
The authorities never doubted for a moment what Margaret Kagan told them here that day, that her husband Richard was behind the bombing. But they never thought he actually planted the device himself. They figured as a lawyer he had enough criminal connections to hire a hitman.
A partner of mine said he wanted something done.
Kagan?
Yeah.
What did he want?
Wanted his wife whacked.
Whacked?
Yeah, killed.
The price was?
10 grand.
Ron Petkus did the physical manufacturing of the bomb.
ATF agent Cynthia Beebe investigated the Kagan case.
But Richard Kagan was the reason that this bombing occurred. He was the one who wanted Margaret dead.
Her lucky break, a commuter saw an unusual-looking man sitting in a car the day of the bombing.
And the license plate was traced to?
Ron Petkus.
Petkus was arrested and began to cooperate with authorities.
Mr. Petkus made admissions. Number one, he was the one who bombed the car. Number two, Richard Kagan's the one who hired him to do it.
George Strickland was the prosecutor assigned to the case.
The motive evidence was overwhelming, but Richard Kagan felt that he could talk his way out of any situation he got into.
And during the 5-day trial, Kagan tried to convince the jury he was the target of the bomb.
Richard Kagan said in court he did not hire you to kill his wife.
Right, he said we were trying to kill him. He would have been easy to get. For him, you know, all you got to do is call up, make an appointment, walk in and blazing.
The jury convicted Richard Kagan of attempted murder and soliciting a murder for hire. Kagan, who has not responded to our interview requests, is now serving a 42-year sentence.
You know, he probably deserved what he got.
Ron Petkus is serving 10 years.
It was just a favor for my lawyer. But Kagan, Tom Deep, he's just so greedy.
I think the primary motivation here for Richard Kagan was greed.
And it is Richard Kagan's greed that has put Margaret Kagan in her current predicament.
I have to say goodbye to my house, where my kids were born and took their first steps, and all the candles on the cake, and it's going to be very difficult.
This case is 577, Lakeside Bank versus Kagan.
There's been a foreclosure on my home because of the debt that my husband created.
Going once, twice, 3 times sold to the plaintiff for $185,000.
Richard always said that he'd take everything away from me, and he's taken something that means a lot to me and my girls. I just feel that he still has power, even though he's sitting in jail, that power is still working.
When our 48 hours investigation continues, The troubling truth about airport security.
How hard would it be to get a bomb through?
No problem at all.
And
Got plenty of powder. This bitch will be extra loud.
do you know what your teenagers are up to?
It's the Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl. Choose your favorite pasta from our special menu, then manja. Enjoy as many free refills as you want with free soup or salad and breadsticks. The never-ending pasta bowl, just $6.95 for a short time at the Olive Garden.
The New York Times calls How to Make an American Quilt an exceptional film.
Why can't we love as many people as we want in a lifetime?
Wonderful. It's one of the best movies in years. Winona Ryder, How to Make an American Quilt. Rated PG-13. Now playing.
The Murphys will rob.
Really? Yes, rob. Oh, poor dears.
Don't be the next victim of an energy-robbing furnace. Instead, start saving up to 40% on your heating costs with a weather maker from Carrier. The world's most energy-efficient heating system.
Do you think they'll ever recover?
Yep, up to 40% a year.
Wait!
Call your Carrier dealer today. It'd be a crime to call anyone else.
So? He said he wants more control.
Oh, boy.
Told me he's looking for faster response and more security.
Then he's leaving the firm.
No. He's getting a Cadillac DeVille.
Now DeVille is better than ever because now it has the North Star system and its extraordinary combination of comfort, safety, security, and performance. Nothing else feels like DeVille from Cadillac.
I suppose he'll want a better parking space, too.
Arm yourself with a different kind of protection. The first odor-eliminating antiperspirant with baking soda. Arm & Hammer Deodorant Antiperspirant. None of these antiperspirants are like it. Only Arm & Hammer has a patented baking soda formula. The baking soda actually absorbs and then eliminates odor, instead of just covering it up. That's the difference. And it keeps you dry. So arm yourself with the only antiperspirant that eliminates odor with the power of baking soda. Arm & Hammer.
Tonight, Sharon Stone takes it off, plus Carole King and Slash, all on The Late Show.
That was fabulous!
Tonight on CBS.
American Gothic, Fridays on CBS.
You probably see a flash and you never hear the bang.
That would bring down planes.
Yes, it would.
December 1988. A mere half-pound of explosives ended the flight of Pan Am 103 and ended the lives of 270 people.
The situation is still there for a Pan Am 103 to happen. Not only international, I think it could happen in the United States. The American public should be scared to death to get on an aircraft today.
This man is not a terrorist. He's a high-ranking employee of the Federal Aviation Administration with a very low opinion of the job his employer is doing. At his request, you will not see his face, and the voice you will hear is not his own.
The FAA is part of the problem.
Take those security checkpoints. The FAA periodically tests operators on how well they spot bombs.
The testing procedures are basically slanted so that the security screeners operating the X-rays and metal detectors will have an extra chance of catching the test device.
The FAA claims less than a 5% failure rate, and no wonder.
This is what the FAA uses. It's called the dynamite test bomb.
Not to be too brutal about it, but this looks like something out of a cartoon.
It's just a basically standard alarm clock battery, what represents dynamite.
This is what I would make if I were trying to make a phony-looking kind of bomb.
This is probably the most missed test object among all the test objects involved.
That seemed an incredible claim, so we decided to see for ourselves. After taking the dummy bomb apart, I put parts of it in my bag and parts on me, and then headed for American Airlines at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport.
How hard would it be to get a bomb through once you took it apart?
I think it would be very easy.
It sure was.
Very easy.
Not once, but twice.
You don't look like a hijacker to me.
I walked right through.
No problem at all.
Granted, we did this test before the FAA imposed a national security alert last summer, but aviation expert and CBS terrorism consultant Frank McGuire says that wouldn't have made much difference.
The FAA test procedures are geared to having the screeners pass the test. They make it so obvious and so clear, they couldn't possibly miss it.
What is the goal?
The goal is to make all the screeners and everybody look good. The number one function of government is to reassure the public that everything is fine.
But today's undetectable bomb is not likely to be the clunker the FAA tests with.
There's your plastic explosives. It's just matted up against the wall of the cassette.
Plastic explosive, says Dallas-Fort Worth Airport Bomb Squad technician Dave Wills, is what he worries about most.
So there are manuals out there that they can literally go buy a manual and make any type of explosive they want.
Would this bring down an airplane?
Yeah.
As Wills demonstrated during our 48 hours with the DFW Bomb Squad, it doesn't take much.
Fire no! Fire no!
Do you think that the security system that's in place now is adequate to protect against a domestic airliner being bombed?
Yes.
David Hinson is head of the FAA.
Clearly, we believe it's safe.
If I were to tell you that I was able to take an FAA bomb test device through security, not once, but twice at a major airport, you'd be surprised?
Well, I'd be disappointed, certainly.
This was not hard. This wasn't plastic explosive.
Well, they should have detected it, clearly.
Whose fault is that?
Well, I don't know whose fault that is in the sense that the system is, well, let me put it another way, okay, without making excuses, because I am concerned about what you've told me. But clearly it would be very difficult to make a system 100% where human factors are involved.
Human factors like the sheer number of people flying on airplanes today. In terms of daily flights, DFW is the second busiest airport in the nation. A nation where 500 million passengers each year check over 1 billion pieces of luggage. Another security loophole.
One of the weakest points in security is curbside check-in of baggage. It also happens to be the most convenient.
You know, you carry on when you get upstairs.
The guy who's checking the bags, he's not trained as a security guy. But you see, under the current system, it doesn't matter who checks in the bag because a check bag isn't going to be screened anyway. The only thing screened in the airplane are what you're carrying in your hand.
That's right. Unless there has been a direct threat, checked luggage on domestic flights is not routinely x-rayed, nor even matched up with passengers.
We should be reconciling baggage. What does that mean? It means that no bag is put on that plane unless they can verify that there's a passenger on the plane that goes with the bag.
When Pan Am 103 left the Frankfurt airport, the bag with the explosives was on board. Its owner was not.
Why not make the match between the passenger and the bag?
Actually, we're migrating in that direction. The technology does exist, but it will require a major investment on the part of the air carriers and the airports, and therefore cost a lot more for the passengers to fly.
825B, through security left turn.
The American public has very unrealistic expectations. What they say is this: protect me from every possible hazard, make sure that I don't have anybody attacking me or blowing up my airplanes, and by the way, I want a real cheap ticket.
Passengers traveling in family groups with small children, that is required.
The FAA is not going to do anything unless they're forced to do it to improve things, to make the system better.
If we feel there's a serious security threat, we gather this from our intelligence and other sources, we will raise the level of deterrence to the appropriate height.
And in fact, recently the FAA did raise security at American airports in response to concerns over terrorist activity.
One thing the American public needs to do is they need to understand that they're going to be inconvenienced a little more.
Nobody likes that.
Well, no one likes getting blown out of the sky either.
Going in the ballroom. Guys, where are we doing the, up in the woods? Again?
This home movie was made just this year by 3 high school boys from New Jersey.
Make sure you get your face in there, boys. We don't want the cops getting hold of this.
They're making bombs.
You see Mr. Bob drew the hole right there? Let me see the pipe. It has to be airtight. Very nice piece of piping.
It doesn't surprise James Carney.
We're constantly getting called out with children experimenting with pipe bombs.
Carney is a Connecticut state trooper. He's with the bomb squad.
They're just kids, thrill seekers. They just want to hear the big bang.
Got plenty of powder. This bitch will be extra loud.
Pipe bombs are normally made out of black powder, smokeless powder, flash powder, and match heads.
We are now exploiting the gunpowder. No, not that much. Get on the floor. You want that because you want it to pack tight.
They're super sensitive to shock, heat, friction, and open flame.
Bob right now is using a spark plug to pack it. Whole basement's gonna blow up.
So even just tamping into the pipe
can
set off friction?
Yes, it's creating friction and it can set off the bomb prematurely.
This is a complete work. We will see you at the blasting site.
They are not the most powerful explosives known to man, but they are the most dangerous.
Here we go. Get ready. Behind you. Oh! Shit, fire! Oh!
Scenes like this are not unusual.
We have a fire on our hands. Oh shit, guys, it's spreading bad. I told you we should have brought water. Next bomb, coming up.
All across America, more and more inquisitive teenagers are playing with bombs. And the consequences can be devastating.
A Queens teenager lost 2 fingers when a homemade pipe bomb exploded.
The teenager's skull is broken in 5 places.
The pipe bomb had blown a 6-inch hole in his chest.
One of the worst accidents happened here in Bristol, Connecticut, where a pipe bomb killed a 15-year-old boy.
I heard my friends scream. Those loud screams, ear-piercing screams, you know what's going on when that happens. And we ran out. I saw my friend. He fell on the ground.
14-year-old Will Burns walked away from that explosion. His best friend was killed.
Like, we went, like, cliff jumping and stuff. We went, all the stuff we went riding on the railroad tracks and everything.
Was he a bit of a daredevil?
Yeah, he was like one that tries all things first.
He was the first to learn how to make a pipe bomb. Then he taught his buddies. Is this the spot where you were blowing stuff up?
Yep.
Where?
Right here. So we just blew this whole big chunk out. We just laid on top of the rock that was like way up here. Just boom, blew up. It's like making our own M80 or making our own M1000. Just mess around, see if we can make it ourselves. It's cool.
Were you afraid?
Yeah, I knew metal shoots everywhere.
Where did the information come in the first place to build a pipe bomb?
From the computer.
From the internet?
Internet, yeah.
The information has actually been available ever since the turn of the century.
Dan DeLotta has had an interest in explosives since he was a teenager. Good afternoon, chemistry. Now he's a chemistry professor at Ohio University.
Whereas you used to have to go to the library, now you just log into your local server and it comes to you immediately.
So we decided to check the internet for ourselves. And in no time at all, we found all sorts of so-called cookbooks filled with recipes for disaster, things that go boom. Shaving cream bomb, jug bomb, cherry bomb. There's even a car bomb. And these are recipes that are available to anyone at all with just a little online know-how, including kids. They're putting out bad recipes?
Yes.
Recipes that could be dangerous in the wrong hands.
Recipes that could be dangerous even in a research laboratory because they're just fundamentally flawed.
So DeLotta created Tom's Pyrotechnics page on the internet to combat the dangerous information.
What I saw disturbed me enough that I decided that I had to present information on safety and information that would hopefully allow them to do the right thing without being harmed.
And what happened to your friends?
Well, one got hurt real bad, and I got my hand like this, and one got a piece in his arm.
Some of these, you know, this one's pretty deep in here, and it's going to be a while before that scar disappears, and it may stay scarred somewhat.
3 weeks after the explosion, Will is still on the mend. But now, he and his friends may face criminal charges.
I think about him every day, every night. I pray for him every night. He has a good life in heaven. You think you're all good and making them, and just one time we mess up. Just one time we mess up. Just once.
Fire in the hole!
Coming up, could this be the world's most dangerous job?
Even in the bomb suit, the best we're going to come away is without hands, without ears, and probably without eyes.
1996, we redesigned everything. For a new style, a new spirit. Not because we want to be the best thing on the road, but rather the best thing in the air. The employee owners of Trans World Airlines, we're up to something good.
You've always made a great team.
Together growing, dreaming, caring, and sharing the rewards along the way. Park Avenue. For the comfort, for the luxury, for the quality. Congratulations, you've earned it. Buick Park Avenue.
You are about to see a revolutionary breakthrough in design. Years of research, hundreds of engineers, and an entirely new production system went into designing the ultimate precision machine. Introducing the incredible new GE Profile Washer. It has a 31% larger tub opening and can wash 33% bigger loads. In fact, it has larger capacity than any model in its class. The new GE Profile. Take one out for a spin.
Sarah has diabetes, but thanks to a medicine developed by Eli Lilly and Company, she's doing just fine. Today, Lilly is doing more than ever. By collecting, analyzing, and sharing information from around the world, Lilly keeps healthcare professionals up to date with more effective ways to help their patients like Sarah live healthier, more active lives. Eli Lilly and Company. Knowledge is powerful medicine.
She saw a family suffering half a world away, and the St. Louis housewife set out to help.
We've gone through a lot to help this family, and I love those children like they're my own.
And help them she did.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. To save a family, one woman's crusade on Eye on America tomorrow on the CBS Evening News.
How you doing, folks? This here's a holdup.
On Texas Rampage.
We're hot, honey.
Blamed by the media. This is show business. Can Chuck Norris stop two natural-born killers Saturday?
CBS is changing morning television. Now, you're there live. The all-new CBS This Morning coming October 16th. Because it's live, you never know what to expect.
A little heavy, isn't it? Yeah. See, what we're trying to do is get just enough explosive to cut through that wall. No more, no less. How much there, Bob? 6.
It's early morning in Phoenix, Arizona, and Detective Bob Horath and the Phoenix Bomb Squad,
Generally speaking, this does the job.
are about to wake up the neighbors.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
They are blowing holes in this abandoned house, practicing explosive entries with the SWAT team.
We'll do this in case that there's a hostage situation that all hope is gone of getting this guy out.
Nice shot. That's a good hole.
I think that was a little heavy shot. This traveled 153 paces. It almost nailed your car.
I could be wrong, but you look like you enjoyed it.
It's fun. We'd do it every day if we had the luxury of being able to do it.
But what is the fascination, though, with explosives?
It's kind of like riding a Harley. If I have to explain it to you, you wouldn't understand it. Door's open.
But if making their own explosives is fun,
we built this, we know.
The rest of the job is unpredictable and potentially deadly.
A bomber, his imagination is the only limit to what can be built. So we don't know what's in his mind. So he can build anything.
We find just about anything and everything that you can think of out there in the explosive field.
This is an explosive? Detectives Tim Minette and Walt Taggart have been partners for 10 years.
Fire in a hole!
Out here in the desert, they are training with explosives.
Explosive items which have been used in a criminal action. This was a pipe bomb that was recovered. You get close to this thing when it goes off, and a piece of this shrapnel hits you in the right spot. You're a dead man.
Fire in the hole!
That's what the pipe bomb has turned into. Little fragments just exactly like that. Very impersonal type weapon. And that's nothing more than just a planned act of evil. and I hate evil.
But there are more calls about suspected bombs every year. The 7-man squad is handling 4 times more today than in 1987.
This one here was 25 sticks of dynamite.
Sergeant Wayne Corcoran says about 60% of those calls turn out to be real bombs.
We've had people that are putting bombs on their wives' car. We've had people trying to extort money out of businesses. And we've had the juveniles that wanted to just blow up a mailbox or blow up his buddy's car.
The people we deal with are just common criminals.
Crooks.
During our 48 hours,
we have a package delivered to our office with no return address.
The 253rd call of the year comes in.
Here's the address.
It's from an ad agency in downtown Phoenix.
We don't know what we got until we get there. If it's suspicious to them, it's suspicious to us.
Bob Horvath has been responding to bomb calls since the squad was formed 25 years ago.
Back in those days, I had a rope, a knife, and a pair of ice tongs. And we used those to tear the packages apart. It's pretty primitive.
But these days, Detective Horvath and partner Dean Keller respond to each call with a truck full of gear, including a robot.
If you think it's a bomb, then you're going to approach it either with the robot, do it remotely, or you're going to put the bomb suit on and hope that it doesn't happen while you're there.
If something happens, even in the bomb suit, the best we're going to come away is without hands, without ears, and probably without eyes.
In just under 20 minutes, Horvath and Keller arrive at the ad agency.
Right above you if you shot through this wall.
We received a package from UPS this morning. Yes,
what made you suspicious of the package?
It had no return address and there were no markings on the package at all.
It was hand-delivered, though.
Hand-delivered.
I've watched enough television lately and read enough articles to know that I probably shouldn't open it.
But she did move it.
Don't touch it. If they really believe it's suspicious, they shouldn't be handling it at all.
Seems like everybody wants the robot's job.
Except us.
They're going to take an x-ray of the package and determine whether or not it's a threat.
Horvath and Dean go upstairs to take the x-ray, alone.
They can't go with us up there.
Even that can be dangerous.
An x-ray can set off a bomb if the bomb is designed to function with x-ray.
How do you know how much time you have?
You don't. You never do. You just hope that the least amount of time you spend on that target, it doesn't happen during that point in time.
Are any of you ever afraid?
Every time.
Always?
Every time.
Always.
I have been deathly afraid. Just recently, we had a device at the bank. It was supposed to have been a radio control device. This looked like it's going to be a good one. And when I got in that bomb suit, I'll tell you what, I could hear my heart thumping. My breath was coming in short. I mean, this was it. This was the moment of truth. And I was facing it.
That time, Manette blew up the suspicious object, only to find it was a hoax.
I don't know that I'll ever get used to what he does.
Mary is Tim's wife.
I know he knows what he's doing. I still worry about that one split second that they could do something wrong. A simple pipe bomb made by these high school kids could take one of their lives.
No more than a couple pulses.
8 minutes into their call,
there you go.
Horvath and Keller safely x-ray the suspicious package.
It looks like an empty cardboard box.
But when they open it up, it's not empty.
And this was
a book, not a bomb. Is there any time you'd say, well, this is just another one of those calls?
No. If they call, we have to answer that call, and each call will be handled as though it's a real device. The minute you start treating it routine, you start letting your guard down, and the next thing you know, you're making a mistake, and it may be the one fatal mistake that you make that costs you your life.
Do you enjoy what you do for a living?
Oh, yes. Immensely.
Why?
Immensely.
Why?
The thrill of the pursuit, you know, the challenge. You know, you just really get a charge out of it.
Ahead on 48 Hours.
About a third of the building has been blown away.
After Oklahoma City.
5, 4,
preparing for the worst.
2, 1.
What if it happens again? And the price of safety. How much would you pay for peace of mind?
At Home Depot, our most powerful tool is free, because nothing's more powerful than the advice of our home improvement experts. Talk to us or visit an informative how-to clinic. Advice for any project is always on the house. Dramatically change the look of your bathroom with fixtures from American Standard. Whether you're simply replacing a faucet or remodeling your entire bath, you'll find a great selection at the Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
Three, 2, 1.
48 hours will continue. A fugitive has come to Rome.
Officer down, officer down.
Now, which one of these people will pay the price for his freedom? An all-new picket fences Friday.
From the international best-selling author, a world premiere miniseries comes to life.
We're prepared to make a preemptive bid of $3 billion.
Can one woman stop the powerful man bent on taking her family's legacy away?
Stay off my land.
Lisa Hartman Black, Bruce Greenwood.
We'll beat him, Jess.
For the first time on television, Judith Krantz's Dazzle, Sunday.
You're on CBS.
Every year we show you how the Isuzu Trooper is built to handle whatever life throws in your path. Over the years, we've refined the Trooper to make it even tougher and added new equipment to deal with fresh hazards. Well, after all these years of adding stuff to the Trooper, we thought it was time to take a little something off it. The price. Right now, you can get some of the best prices of the year during the great Isuzu clearance event. We didn't think you'd mind.
Well, the dream is for us to have a state-of-the-art veterinary hospital in Westchester. We saw this property and we were very excited about it. What we needed was a financial commitment from a bank in 7 to 10 days.
This was a challenge, and I think that's part of what made it exciting to me. We gave them a commitment in 48 hours.
Dogs and cats are basically who we work with, but we'll see any animal. NatWest was the one bank that said, tell us about your dream.
Channel 2 invites you to the concert event that will soon be history. The Three Tenors, July 20th, Giant Stadium. Call Ticketmaster at 307-7171.
Nothing could stop former NBA star Johnny Moore. Except a deadly infection. Doctor said he'd go blind. Never have kids. Possibly die. With proper care and medicine we developed at Pfizer, Johnny got another shot at life. Pfizer, we're part of the cure.
At 11, new information on why O.J. Simpson called the New York Times and the young Russian girl who came to New York with hopes of saving her life.
48 hours. Bomb scare continues.
Hi, buddy. Ready to go work?
All right, ready to go work.
Dave Wills and his partner, Carter,
Okay, that's enough. Get back.
work for the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport.
Hey, get over here.
Their job? Find the bombs before the bombs find their way onto an airplane.
All right, heel.
Wills and Carter are summoned 2 or 3 times a day to check out suspicious bags. In 4 years, they have found no bombs.
Let's go work. We try to train every day.
A well-trained bomb dog
boy
is also a very careful bomb dog.
Here, boy. The final response is set. Tells me that there is explosives in there once he responds. Big boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. We did an airplane yesterday. We're doing bags now.
The bags, abandoned or lost by passengers over the years, are real,
This is a C4, military explosive.
as are the explosives used to test the dog's sense of smell.
Plastic explosives.
You intentionally leave in there whatever the original contents were just to make it as real as
That's
possible.
right. And he distinguishes the odor he's looking from all those odors. I think the easiest way to describe that is when we go to McDonald's, we smell hamburgers and French fries, do we not? That dog smells the sesame seed, the flour, the mustard, the ingredients in the mustard, the lettuce, the tomatoes, the salt, the pepper, all those ingredients.
Oh, good boy.
But after the Lockerbie disaster, Congress ordered the FAA to come up with higher tech answers to bomb threats than Carter. In Atlantic City, New Jersey, FAA scientists are betting that high technology someday will defeat high explosives altogether.
We have tested this device. It does work.
The luggage container on the left is what is now used on airplanes. On the right is a new bomb-resistant model. If this had been available at the time of Lockerbie, would the amount of explosive that brought down that plane have done so had it been in something like that?
I think the airplane would have probably survived.
The FAA will test bomb-resistant containers at U.S. airports within 6 months. But weight
Ideally, we'd like to get it down to what the aluminum ones weigh today.
and cost are still big problems. Then there's the whiz-bang CTX 5000, designed to make sure no bomb gets on board in the first place. How does this machine differ from the standard X-ray that we just looked at?
Primary way is that this is an automated system. The system actually inspects the bag, looks for suspicious articles, and if it finds one that reasonably could be a bomb, it alerts the operator.
This is the only new device so far approved by the FAA, but it costs $1 million.
All these things come down to economics.
Airline security expert Frank McGuire.
Minimum wage is what the security company must pay that security screener, because to get the contract with that airline, the security company has to be the low bidder. A Jazzy X-ray machine will find dense objects. It'll find all sorts of things, but it will not guarantee that you'll find a bomb, because it depends on the person doing the screening. Because how long would you look at that screen before you began, your mind would wander?
This system is designed to motivate people and to increase their vigilance.
It's very boring standing there
yes,
hour
it is.
after hour. If operators actually saw bombs, they would probably stay alert. Or at least that's the theory behind this experimental computer, which can randomly superimpose a phony image of a bomb on an X-rayed bag.
They won't know until they actually respond to the image whether or not it was a fictional image.
And if they don't catch it,
their supervisors will know how well they do on each type of threat object.
Unlike the other gadgets, this one is relatively cheap. It may be coming soon to an airport near you.
It all comes down to what are you willing to pay for it? And when people ask me, who should pay for security? It's a joke. Who always pays for it? The passenger.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin boarding our flight number 1869 with service to shortly right now.
Wow. Holy cow. About a third of the building has been blown away.
According to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, an agent in Oklahoma City was able to identify the type of bomb used in this blast almost immediately. He had been part of a government program codenamed Operation Dipole Mite.
Some of the information that we had gathered from previous dipole mite shots gave us a leg up.
This is our latent print examination unit.
Rick Strobel works for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms lab.
We'll also do bomb examinations in here.
It turns out investigators had been doing their homework since shortly after the World Trade Center explosion, when the government started Operation Dipole Mite.
The World Trade Center explosion was kind of our wake-up call.
They had been setting off their own car bombs in the New Mexico desert and studying the explosion.
Building, and we can see glass blown out of other downtown office buildings about 5 blocks away.
The estimate is all this damage was caused by 4,800 pounds of an explosive called ANFO, fertilizer mixed with fuel oil. To find out what an explosion that size looks like, we hired engineers from the New Mexico Institute of Mining and Technology to set off a similar bomb.
What is in that truck?
Ammonium nitrate, 50-pound bags. There'll be 96 bags in there.
Harry Reeves is an explosives expert at New Mexico Tech.
So 4,800 pounds. Big damn boom.
The explosives were placed in a van parked next to a reinforced concrete wall, just like the material used in buildings.
You done? Just about. Anybody not in the bunker is in trouble.
The bomb was so powerful, we had to watch the explosion from an underground bunker 300 yards away.
Okay, here we go. Stand by for countdown. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16.
It lasts little more than a second, but we placed cameras at different angles to show more detail of the explosion.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is all that remains of the area after the explosion. Pieces of the van were blown all over the place, and you have to look pretty hard to find any recognizable parts. This may have been part of the axle. It is hard to imagine that anybody can learn anything in the midst of this kind of destruction, but agents of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms believe there is a wealth of information in craters like this.
To us, it's information, and it's a very fruitful area for gathering information. When we see a big blast like that, we know the parts we're going to be looking for are pretty small. We'll get it back to the point where we'll know it was a van. We should know what type of van it was.
Out of what we saw as just devastation, you can reassemble that van?
Certainly.
Even though we put 4,800 pounds of explosive in it?
You won't be able to drive it away, but we'll know what it was when it started out.
By repeatedly blowing up vehicles, scientists hope to learn where to find key pieces of evidence quickly. The ATF is feeding everything it learns from its dipole mite experiments into a computer.
The computer can give you clues as to what the best material is to collect for explosive residue to send back to the laboratory.
Strobel hopes the computer will guide investigators through the chaos that often follows an explosion.
They should be able to determine how far out they need to look for post-blast debris, things like that. I think it'll greatly assist and cut down on the on-scene time. We may want to see if that's a wire that could be used to initiate certain types of explosives.
You can see the wire. This is at 20x magnification.
How do you envision this working in the future if dipole mite is successful?
500 times how much bigger it is.
I would envision it working in the future is that the investigator showing up at the scene, normally he'll show up with a shovel and a broom, but now they'll show up with a shovel, broom, and a computer.
Straight ahead, tracking the most hunted man in America. Will the Unabomber strike again?
Luxury cars are known for their high resale value. But what if we told you there's a car that holds its value better than the Lexus LS 400, better than the BMW 7 Series, better than any Mercedes sedan built, and it costs under $16,000? Would that stop you? The Nissan Altima, the affordable luxury sedan. Calculations of 93 Altima retaining more of its MSRP than 93 listed models based on information from the NADA guide.
You're the principal topic of my conversation. The apple of my eye. You're the principal source of my inspiration. The principal star in my sky.
For the principal people in your life, the Principal Financial Group. Insurance, 401ks, managed health care, and more.
You're the principal reason I do what I do. The principal reason.
The Principal. For over a century, your edge on the future.
You can't ignore a yeast infection, but you can get an effective cure at a sensible price. MySelect 7. Same medicine as gyne-lotrimin. It costs less. And it comes in a combination pack, too. So my choice, my cure, is MySelect.
Pills take time to dissolve, but the effervescent power of Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine is ready the moment you take it to relieve your worst cold symptoms.
Today I'd like to talk.
Nothing rushes relief like Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Even a tiny amount of carbon monoxide could have hurt my baby. It's invisible. You'll never, ever know it's in your house. I mean, we thought we had a safe furnace. If we wouldn't have had the first alert detector, I wouldn't have a family. I wouldn't have a husband. I wouldn't have my baby. If the detector wouldn't have woke us up, none of us would be here today.
Tonight, Sharon Stone takes it off. Plus, Carole King and Slash, all on The Late Show.
That was fabulous.
Tonight on CBS.
In this town, everyone obeys the law.
Fred, you're under arrest.
Those who don't
Can't we all just get along?
find themselves out of luck.
I'm scared, Merlin, so much. He's here. Open your eyes.
American Gothic, Friday.
This is CBS. It is a world of total confidence. It is Avalon. It is smooth acceleration from a powerful V6 with stability and maneuverability that goes beyond the expected. For the most refined ride of any Toyota ever, Avalon, the new flagship from Toyota. Experience the tranquility.
Chem Plus from Chemical Bank, the best way to organize your money. Chem Plus from Chemical Bank, the best way to organize your money.
Tune in to Lauren Hutton and Tito Puente. You won't be sorry.
An envelope apparently had exploded.
Package blew up.
The box exploded.
The Unabomber has done 4 mail bombs since 1993, and all 4 of them were mailed from Northern California.
9 months ago, what looked like an ordinary package slipped by post office workers here in San Francisco.
Was it marked priority mail?
Yes, it went priority mail.
It was, in fact, a package bomb that exploded in the home of an advertising executive in New Jersey, another victim of the killer best known as the Unabomber.
Well, he's a scary individual. You still don't know where he's going to strike.
So Postal Inspector Don Davis isn't taking any chances.
For your own safety, as well as the safety of the potential recipient, we wanted to refresh your recollections of what the Unabomb devices look like.
Davis is one of over 90 federal agents on a Unabomber task force working full-time.
And I'll pass the mock-up of this device around for you to look at.
To track down and stop.
All of these devices, you'll note, are very rigid.
The most elusive bomber in U.S. history.
And that is frustrating that we can't stop them. We can't figure out who it is, because most mail bombs we solve very quickly. You know, the huge majority we solve within a week.
Since 1978, the Unabomber has left a trail of victims, 23 injured, 3 killed, as he moved from Chicago to Salt Lake City to Northern California.
We're very convinced that the Unabomb subject is in Northern California,
where the task force has been concentrating its efforts now for the past 3 months.
I'm a public figure.
Interviewing political activists who seem to fit the profile, like Gar Smith.
Someone had phoned in a tip that they recalled I'd been the editor of the Berkeley Barb and thought that this might make me prime Unabomber material.
He said, well, you know, we have to ask you about the Unabomber. I said, oh, and he said, well, we had a tip from someone that you were the Unabomber.
Berkeley radio pirate Steve Dunifer.
Well, I don't think so.
I don't think I was a serious suspect at any time.
They're running around the whole Bay Area, you know, basically what I consider to be a fishing expedition.
They have also looked for clues to his identity in the Chicago area, where agents believe the Unabomber grew up and went to school. A lot of dead ends until last month. That's when the Unabomber's manuscript was published in the Washington Post, and task force phones began ringing.
We're receiving literally hundreds of these calls since the publication of the manuscript. They're tremendous leads, better than many that we've had in the past.
Jim Freeman of the FBI runs the Unabomber task force.
There's people that know him and will recognize his writings. I firmly believe that.
In fact, the writings did ring a bell with at least one professor here at Northwestern University. It reminded him of a student from nearly 20 years ago with the first name of Robert, the last name possibly beginning with the letter V. After 17 years, the FBI is now using a specific name when agents interview Chicago area teachers.
I was dean of students at Maine North High School.
The FBI came to Robert Cassidy with a questionnaire.
And it stated that the Unabomber was thought to live in Morton Grove, that he was in his early 40s, late 30s. His name was Robert V. And then it also stated that he worked at a foundry after school, and that he attended Oakton Community College, and at a later date at Northwestern University.
The FBI, however, insists that Robert V is only one name they're pursuing. Did you get the impression that Robert V was just one of many names that they were?
Definitely not. That was his name.
Whoever he is, the Unabomber, in letters he's written, has promised to stop killing, but not to stop bombing. So the search for him and his deadly parcels has to go on.
Typically, his bomb devices, as with most mail bomb devices, will surprise the recipient because of their weight.
The post office is on alert for packages that look like what the Unabomber has sent in the past. Here's an example. Now this is...
Quite heavy.
Yes, and much bigger.
Difficult to hold, it's so heavy. It's basically just a pipe bomb.
There are other tip-offs as well.
You'll note that it's heavily taped with that kind of strapping filament tape. He tapes every seam and every edge of the parcels.
And there are always more than enough postage stamps. Never a postage meter strip, which would require the bomber to have his package weighed in a post office.
At least now we have this manifesto. So that actually gives us some hope that we'll be able to unravel the thing now and find him.
Next, the inside story of why O.J. Simpson may have called off the New York Times and high chairs that could collapse with your child in them.
We're out of here. Oh. No, please keep your hands on the card. Too many cards. We gotta go. Ooh.
Probably one of the biggest challenges you face is once a ball snap, it is, kid, huh?
True Value, the official hardware store of the NFL, presents Quarterbacks on Quarterbacks, the video. Only $4.99 with any purchase and only at True Value. The thrills, the spills, how it feels to play the toughest position in the NFL.
I enjoy getting hit. It wakes me up.
Quarterbacks on Quarterbacks, the video. Only $4.99 with any purchase and only at True Value. It's true. Help is just around the corner.
Goodyear retailers have lowered prices on America's #1 brand.
Lower! Lower! Lower!
Everyday lows start at $19.99 and save 25% on other famous Goodyear tires. How low are the prices? Drop in and find out.
Experts say defusing the crisis of bombs in America will not be easy. The danger is already widespread, and not just from grenades or dynamite. There are thousands of chemicals and infinite combinations of them which can cause a deadly explosion. And whether you realize it or not, some of them are in your home tonight. Probably nothing to worry about, except it underscores how available bomb-making ingredients have become. I'm Dan Rather, and that's 48 Hours. Coming up next, your late local news. Right now, a look ahead to our next report. When a mother finds her missing children,
I just want to go up to them and hug them so bad.
she finds they are strangers.
They do not want to see me.
How do you feel about your mother?
I don't like her.
They consider their mother the enemy?
Oh, yeah, no question. She's still the enemy.
Has she lost them forever?
She was not good to us.
The day's going to come when I can hug them. It's just not today.
For a transcript of this program, send $6 to 48 Hours Transcripts, Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039. And to order a VHS cassette of tonight's broadcast, call 1-800-338-4847.